What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope all of you are having a very good day or night, whatever time it is that you're from. Today I'm just here, just talking. Don't really have a exact plan of what to talk about for today's video, but you know, maybe we can find something in the journal. So maybe I'll go through some things and just talk about whatever, you know. Let's see. I'll talk about 2, maybe 3 topics today, depending on like how deep I want to go into it. Let's see. I just wrote some definitions to a few things, and I haven't actually finished all the definitions, but they're like really lengthy ones, kind of. So I guess it's not too lengthy, but I'm gonna go into some stuff, you know. So yeah, first I want to start off with, okay, so this channel is about, you know, spirituality, you know, growth, things like that. So let's talk about number 1, spirituality. Let's do that. Let's talk about that. Okay, so what I have wrote here is just some stuff I pulled off, you know, the internet, but I'm going to go into depth on, like I said, some things it says in here. So, okay, number 1, spirituality is a broad and personal concept that generally refers to a sense of connection to something greater than oneself. It often involves seeking meaning, purpose, or transcendence in life, and may encompass practices such as meditation, prayer, mindfulness, or self-reflection. Spirituality can be expressed through religious beliefs, but it can also be non-religious. So what it means by like it can be religious or non-religious is, you know, there's a lot of spiritual concepts in religion, like, you know, practices, you know, prayer can be a very spiritual experience because it's beyond this. Like when you pray, you're praying to something beyond this, you know, this place, this reality. I see meditation in the same way to an extent. You know, it's all transcending, you know, somewhere else beyond this. You know, you're putting thoughts somewhere else, or just into the ether or the astrals, or whatever you want to call it. You're putting it out there into the universe, right? So, you know, it's a broad and personal concept because, you know, everybody's beliefs on spirituality are different. You know, it fluctuates. It's not like one set thing in stone. It's a very broad term, and it's hard to describe like all of spirituality with just one word. You know, we say spirituality, but you know, that can't, like, even that can't define, you know, spirituality in its entirety. It's hard to define it with a word, you know. But you know, when you feel a connection to something greater than yourself, you know, see, what I feel like in my view of spirituality is I feel like connected to everything. I don't feel like I'm just this body, you know. I don't feel like I'm just this person. I feel like I'm one with everything, like the universe, you know, God, whatever you want to call it, you know. A word can't describe it. It just is. It's the I am, you know. It just is. I just feel connected to it. I feel connected to everything, and it's oneness. I feel one, like one with all. And you know, some days I don't feel that. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the story, which is your body, your person, the life you're experiencing in this reality. It's easy to get caught up in everything and take life very seriously. But when you get to a place of oneness, it's almost like it just flows so freely, and you get to, like, it's almost like you get to enjoy life, and you get to play it like it's a video game. You know, it's so amazing to get to that point, but it's so hard to like get distracted. It's really hard to get. I mean, it's easy. I didn't mean to say it's hard. I mean, it's easy to get distracted, man. It's really easy. So, you know, but it's part of life. It's just the journey, you know. You're supposed to go through those times. But let's see what else. Meditation, prayer, mindfulness, self-reflection. You know, self-reflection. You know, you may have some things about yourself you need to work on or figure out. You know, and spirituality, meditation, mindfulness. Those are great tools to help you do that. Those are great tools to help you you know, self-reflect on whatever you got going on in your life, man, because, you know, we're still experiencing, you know, life. We're still human beings, or we're spiritual beings having a human experience. That's what I believe. But we still feel things. We still feel emotions, hurt, pain, sorrow, all these things, man, love. So, you know, you can use spirituality and that concept of maybe a higher power, a higher self, or anything like that to kind of, you know, do a lot of self-reflection. So, you know, it's great for that. And that's just the way, you know, I hope I did a good job at explaining some of that. But what else can we get into? Number 2, wisdom. Okay, let's get into wisdom. So, wisdom is the ability to apply knowledge, experience, and a deep understanding in a way that leads to sound judgment and thoughtful decisions. It involves not only knowing what is right or true, but also understanding the broader consequences of one's actions, recognizing the complexities of situations, and considering the well-being of others. Wisdom often grows through life experiences, reflection, and learning from both successes and mistakes. It includes qualities like patience, empathy, humility, and the ability to see beyond immediate needs to consider long-term impacts. Now, you know, I talk about living in the moment a lot. You know, and I'm very adamant against that. But, you know, that doesn't mean I'm just saying, like, screw off and forget about everything. Like, you know, don't make decisions and don't make choices, or don't make a decision with a thought in mind on how it can, you know, how it can impact something potentially, you know, in the future. And I'm not saying, like, live in the future. I'm not saying constantly worry or fear about that, but be thoughtful in your decisions, you know. You know, think them through, you know. Take a minute before you make a decision and think, you know, what all can this decision entail for me? You know, is this going to help me get closer to my goals? Is it going to potentially bring me farther? But ultimately, whatever decision you make, you'll learn from, you know. And that's what it says, you know. Even if the decision you make is a mistake or a success, you can still learn from either way. You can take a lesson from either of them. Don't think that just because you succeed in something doesn't mean that there's no lesson in it. You know, you can take a lesson in, you know, how you succeeded, how you can make that, how you can, you know, refine that skill on how you know, refine the things that helped you succeed, you know, and, you know, then you can succeed in other areas of your life. But, you know, and, like, you know, and it leads to more sound judgment, and, you know, you become more confident in your choices and decisions. But, you know, and you got to look out for how you treat people, man. You know, the well-being of others. And you got to think, is this decision gonna, you know, affect those around me in a positive or negative way? And sometimes you have to make a decision for you, regardless on how it affects other people. Sometimes you do, but I'm not saying, like, go out and, you know, disregard everybody else around you and not care about anybody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you have to prioritize yourself, you know. But, you know, that doesn't mean you shouldn't care about other people, you know, because you should. You know, we're all people. We're all here together. We're all one. We should treat each other with respect and love and light and all that good stuff, man. If that makes sense. But, yeah, that's, I hope I did a good job at explaining that pretty well, you know. Life is so crazy, man, because I feel so great right now coming out here and filming and talking about this stuff, and I may not be the best explainer in the world. I may not explain things in the best way, and I'm sorry about that. I'm really trying my best to, you know, grow in that area. So this is good help. This is, you know, this is good, it's good training for me, I guess you would say. But yeah, you know, just, and it's like I was saying in one of my previous videos, you know, you can, you know, it's hard to know what you want out of life until you learn from your experiences. That's, you know, that ties into this with wisdom, you know. You become more wise about things. So you're like, this might be better for me. Might be, you know, something I should go after instead, you know. But that's what I was explaining in the last video. So it's kind of funny that I talk about this and it ties into it. And let's see, what else can I talk about? Let's see. It's such a good day, man. I love hearing the birds chirping and everything. It's just so nice. Something's moving in the weeds over there. Probably a squirrel. Let's see. Oh no, I'm kind of feeling like maybe I should leave it at that for some reason. I don't know. I feel like it's just, I feel like that's it. I feel like it's just time to leave it at that, you know? So I just don't feel like I should push it any further. I don't know. I feel like this is a good video as it is. I feel like I did a good job at, you know, explaining things in the best way that I could. It might not be the best, but I think I did all right. And if I didn't, then I'll just learn from it and do better in the next video. But yeah, maybe I got some cool art in here I can show you guys. Hold on. That's some stuff I was drawing about the chakras at one point and like the different energy bodies we have and things like that. I pulled up a picture online and was just drawing it, but I thought that was really cool. And let's see. Can't show that drawing. Let's see. I think I maybe have some art in my other book though. I don't have as much as I thought I did in this one. But there's a cool drawing I did. I think that was the first drawing I ever did in this book. But yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, if you're feeling kind of down, you're not really feeling connected, just get out here in the woods or just nature. You know, go take a hike, go take a walk at your local state park if you have anything like that, and just breathe, man. Just try to, you know, think about everything around you. Just think about the trees, you know, the wind, the air, the fact that you're alive, that you can breathe and exist. It's an amazing thing, man, just to be alive. Like, it's incredible. I'm lucky and grateful to be alive, man. I am so grateful to be here. And man, I cannot believe I used to not feel that way, but I think we all go through times like that sometimes, you know, some more than others. But right now in this moment, man, I'm grateful to be alive, and I'm grateful for everything around me. I'm grateful to my family, my friends. I love all of you guys, and I love this channel. I'm grateful to all my subscribers, to you guys. You know, shout out to all you. And you know, I'm so glad that I started doing this. I really am. It's been a journey, man. It has been a roller coaster, I think. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep climbing and climbing and climbing. You know? I'm kind of excited to see, you know, wait and find out what's going to happen, you know, with the channel in like 10, 20 years, because I'm definitely still going to be doing it. This is going to be like my entire life, so it's crazy. I wonder how many videos there'll be. It's kind of wild to think about, you know, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here, head to the house and chill out for a little bit, you know. I had a pretty good day at work. It was all right. I got some plans for, you know, Easter, 420 tomorrow, you know. But anyway, hope all of you have had a very, very, very good day or night, whatever time it is that you're from. And you know, comment down below, leave me some topics that you want me to talk about. I'll do some journaling, you know, look into some definitions. I'll go more in depth with the next things I write down, or any of your guys' suggestions I'll go really in depth with, and I'll talk about it in a video. So, you know, if you want me to talk about anything, just comment down below. And if you like these videos, you know, leave a like, subscribe, push that notification bell, you know. You don't have to, but it helps a lot. It really does, like, helps push everything into the algorithm. And you know, I'm trying to grow the channel as much as I can, and you know, I just hope you guys enjoy, you know. I do it because it's what I love, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you guys. But I hope all of you have had a very, very, very good day or night, whatever time it is that you're from. Peace out, man. Have a good one.